Tell thy teachers.
If he has a solution, how many people has he hired? Because I can tell you how many people I hired. Does he pay a living wage?
I'm not talking to regular men here, brother. We revolutionaries and pillars in our community. We have multiple brothers out here as of right now who are business owners.
Right.
Keeping you fat, brother. And that's the problem with our people.
Why should the suburbs have all the grocery stores? You don't want your people having fresh fruit and vegetables?
Who owns this grocery store, brother? You don't own this grocery store, brother.
Put money on it?
You may own this building, but the white man own that grocery store, brother.
That's right.
Our family, brother. I deliver milk for our family, brother. The white man owns our family, brother.
Bring it up.
Because when the Israelites, when we come out here, our main mindset is to get crime out of our community.
That's right.
Whenever you see us show up, drug, prostitution, drug dealing, all that things go down. Why? Because we call out the sins of our people.
That's right.
We've been given a job by the Most High God, and we gotta do it no matter what. And what happens when we do? The authorities get caught on this. This happens very often. But listen to this. Read what you got. Go to Isaiah. Cry aloud. Listen to this.
Bring it out.
Because this is our job as the prophets of the Most High God.
Nigga mute, especially if you ain't speaking truth. Jaleel throw the beat is alley-oop, cause this word they can't refute.
We left home from our wives and our children because our people are in despair.
That's right.
Our people are strung out on drugs, alcohol,
That's right.
and we have a solution. And we know, and the reason we are here at this particular spot is because this is a high drug area.
That's right.
When you look at those blinking lights, that means this is a high crime area.
That's right.
This is the area that needs us. This is the area that needs us. They ask, why do we pick this place? We pick all the places throughout the city where crime is high in our community, so we can stop our kids from being gunned down.
Right.
So we can stop what was it, 20 people shot at the block party? We want to prevent those things from happening.
That's right.
Read what you got.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 8. Cry aloud.
This is the job we was given, to cry aloud. That's why we can turn up these speakers and remain loud as we are right now.
That's right.
Because we trained for this.
Read. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Our job is not to spare our people. When we see drug dealers, it's our job to tell the drug dealers,
Right.
you have to stop selling drugs
That's
over
right.
here. When we see prostitution, we have to tell them, you must stop those things in our community.
Right.
We cannot spare feelings.
That's right.
We don't, and we also do not care if it messes up your money.
That's right.
Because when you don't call the authorities when the drug dealers out here.
Bring it out.
Because we're out here when we gotta be scared of these young people walking around with AR-15s and assault rifles. When our grandmothers gotta fear, no one calls the authorities.
That's right.
But we do now. What you got?
And show my people their transgression.
How you doing, sir? You all right?
Hey, how y'all doing?
You want to
bro?
say
Okay.
something, sir?
Yeah, real quick, man. I ain't,
All right, come take
I'm not
it's all good.
We're not interfering with what y'all doing. Okay.
All right.
All right, listen, man. Y'all on public property, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
I'm not stopping you guys from assembling and messing with your freedom of speech. We're not doing it, okay? They own the property. Can y'all just make sure y'all don't go in the parking lot? They're the owners. They don't want nobody on their private property.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
That's why we moved the cars initially, because he
Thank you.
said he didn't want us in the lot.
Thank you, sir.
We moved the
I
car.
appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
That's wonderful. All praise to the Most High God.
Thank you. Thank you.
All praises. Thank you. What's going on, brother?
What's up, sir? How are you? Yes, sir.
What's going on? Yeah, read that one more time. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had somebody to call when the Christian church is taking the money out of our community.
Bring it out.
I wish I could call somebody to tell them stop robbing our people.
That's right.
They 10% of their checks.
That's right.
That's what I wish I had. But I do got somebody called the Most High God. And he gonna remember this day.
That's right.
That you was an enemy to your own brothers.
That's right.
Give me that in Micah 2.
Yes, sir.
Micah 2. Micah 2. Because of somehow we become enemies to our own brothers and brothers, but we love them at the end of the day. And we gonna continue to give them this love.
That's right.
But listen to this, read what you got.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 8. even of late, my people,
God's people, our own people. What is our own people do?
is risen up as an enemy, and ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely.
So our own people rise up against us as a what?
As men adverse.
No, as a what?
As an enemy.
As an enemy. Our own people come up against us. It's our own people who try to be the first ones to stop the gospel.
Right.
But don't worry, Pastor. We will meet again, sir.
That's right.
We will meet again. We have another campaign, and we will meet again, sir. I'm messing with my dollar. But these men out here is on drugs.
Right.
These men out here are addicted. They're winos and drunkards.
Right.
You have no problem with them standing outside of coin laundry.
That's right.
We telling them, the mothers, sisters, close your legs.
Right.
Have respect for your body.
Right.
You don't got no problem with them selling vagina out here. You don't got no problem with that. But they boosting the economy.
Right.
You want, because that's what you want. Long as they come in to spend money, that's good with you. But read up.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
Though we don't have the bread of adversity, like I stated, I grew up in these projects here. As a matter of fact, my godmother was the manager of this project here back when it was called the French Quarters. And we went through much poverty. These apartments here that's now abandoned, burnt down, run down, these used to be lively neighborhoods. But what? The people who own the property here, the leadership in the churches, they failed the community. That's why these places now are dilapidated. And now we come out here with the solution, which you as a pastor should agree, this is the solution.
That's right.
More than the bottom dollar. You should be out here to help us.
That's right.
Well, let me finish the scripture first, right?
And the word of affliction, yet shall thy teachers
If he has a solution,
be not
how many
removed
people has he
into a
hired?
corner
'Cause I can tell you how many people I hired. How does he pay a living wage? I can tell you I pay a living
The
wage.
teachers will not be.
If he's out here helping his people, how many business has he started? How many business has he started?
Pastor Frank,
How many business has he started? Hold on, I'm talking to the people. Since you got the mic, I'm gonna talk to the people. How many businesses has he started? How many business? How many? How many laws has he made out? How many people has he helped out?
Yeah, cuz put some sense into Pastor Frank. Because I want to have a sensible sense. Because since you asking how many people we helped out, yes, we've got thousands of men off drugs.
right.
Not only that, this is not the.
I would ask you. I said, how many businesses have you started?
But we have multiple businesses. I'm telling you now. I am going to tell you now. We have.
My man there got a farmer. He need help.
You asked me a question. You don't want to answer. You asked me a question.
Answer it.
You're not talking to regular men here, brother.
You
We
are
revolutionaries and pillars in our community. We have multiple brothers out here as of right now who are business owners.
Right.
Brother, but what? We left that job because the most important thing is the teaching of this Bible.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Let me ask you a question.
That's not what he said earlier. Earlier he said,
through my tithes and offerings.
Let me ask you this. Tithes and offerings, how much money have you sapped out of the community? Since you asking us what we put into the community.
Tithes and offerings go to pay people's rent and to give people.
No, your tithes and offering go to building establishments like this.
Yeah, and guess what? Because people need a grocery store.
Establishments like you.
Why should the
to keep
suburbs
you
have all
fat,
the
brother.
grocery stores?
That's what your tithes and offering is doing. Keeping you fat, brother.
Why should
And that's the problem with our people.
Why should the suburbs have all the grocery stores? You don't want your people having fresh fruit and vegetables?
Who owns this grocery store, brother?
Me.
You don't own this grocery store,
You
brother.
put money on it?
You don't own it. You may own this building, but the white man own that grocery store, brother.
That's right.
Our family, brother. I deliver milk for our family, brother. The white man own our family, brother.
Bring it out.
You're delusional, brother. You thought you was talking to regular men out here, brother. The white man own our family since the 1800s. And you got the nerve to say you all the different crops that's coming out of here, all the different things you sell at that grocery store, they all come from the white man. How we know? Deuteronomy 28.
Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28. Because you don't see us as you see us as the enemy because why? Because this truth is growing. That's why Christian pastors today, they are upset at what the Israelites are teaching.
That's right.
That's why wherever we go through the city, it's always Christian pastors that call the police on us. Read what you got.
He said solution.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. Everything in that grocery store that was shipped out came from the so-called white man.
That's right.
And you upset at us, a black man, because we the ones who support black businesses.
Right.
But you upset at us because we teaching the gospel.
That's right.
When I see the Jehovah's Witnesses come out here and the Mormons come out here riding their bikes, I never see you.
Bring it up.
Pastor, you have no problem with the Mormons coming out here.
Right.
They ride their bike through the neighborhoods, they teach white Jesus.
Right.
Pastor, you don't got no problem with that. And I guarantee you wouldn't have a problem with us if we was coming in the name of white Jesus that you serve.
Bring it out.
You wouldn't have a problem then. But the problem is that the Israelites are raising up and they're leaving the Christian church at a rapid rate. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Okay, all praises. All praises. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, brother. But it is upsetting when you see that it's your own people that call the authorities on you. Because we don't have no hope in our community. Right now, this purple and gold, right now, we have missions all over. I encourage you to implore you to look to what we just did in Oakland recently. Oakland, the home of the revolutionary, we had thousands of men in the purple of gold who have changed their lives. Ex-gangbangers, ex-pimps, ex-adulterers, now who worship God and Jesus Christ. And what we do, we come out and teach the Bible. Now, if the brother was very sincere and he said, okay, y'all messing up my money, if you could turn the speaker down, I would have no problem with that. But the problem is he want us gone. And when we leave, who gonna replace us? Who gonna replace us? Gangbangers, brother. Gangbangers. And we're gonna get back to the message. Well, yeah, I'm glad the customers are speaking up for the neighborhood, brother. I appreciate you down there. We're gonna get back to the message. What we're gonna do is teach about how these evil pastors is usurping the money out of our communities. That's what we're going to go into. Since they want us to teach about the message, let's go. Go to Micah chapter 3. Let's go to Micah 3. Let's keep the message in sincerity. Because ultimately that's what we come out here. We don't come out here to go back and forth with our own people. Brother, and if you really love God and all you want is us to quiet down, we can turn the speaker down. Look, I'll turn it down a little bit for you, brother. Pastor, I'm turning it down for you. See, that's out of love for you, bro. Even though you called the police on me, I still got love for you. Read what you got.
Right. Micah chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward.
The Bible says the heads judge for reward. When you look in our community, the most people that come out and say they be leaders, they only want money. That's why these pastors, they suck out the black community. But they don't build nothing back.
That's right.
They don't build nothing back. And when they do, they rent to the nations. Okay, I own this plaza. I rent to Seaway, the white man. I rent to the Arabs.
The heads thereof judge for reward.
The black community will strive once again, once leadership. The leadership is not in it for the money. They're not in it for the reward. They're not in it to get their pockets fat. Read.
And the priests thereof teach for hire.
That is what you see today in the modern Christian church. You have a large portion of teachers who only come out on Sunday because they're collecting tithes and offering from the wealth of the people, off the backs of the people. Black people, we earn billions of dollars every year, and we implant it inside the Christian church. And what do we have for it? We need to start holding these churches accountable.
That's right.
How is it that it's always my business this, my business that, when we the one put the money in your hand?
That's right.
Why is nothing ours? That's why Israel United in Christ, we have a multitude of schools.
That's right.
We have a multitude of businesses.
Right.
And we deal with our people.
That's right.
Our people.
That's right.
It's not the Arabs that we in business with.
Right.
It's not the Chinese man we in business with.
Right.
It's not the who else you got? Moab.
Right.
It's not the Edomite we in business with.
Elam. Ammon.
We in business with our own.
That's right.
And that's what we got to, because that's the mindset that our forefathers had. Give me that Ezra 3. You know what I want?
Yes, sir.
Ezra 3. That's the mindset that our forefathers had.
The book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord God of Israel, then came Zerubbabel and the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you
So they wanted to build with our ancestors. The white man, the Arabs, or these different nations, they wanted to come out and build with our ancestors. Let's see what our ancestors said.
For we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Ashadon, king of Asher, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God.
That's what happened to a majority of the black leadership in our community. We shook hands with the same enemy that put us on slave ships. We shook hands with the same enemy that hung our mothers.
That's right.
We took their loans. We want to build up our heaven on earth here.
That's right.
Instead, while the rest of our people suffer. But our forefathers did not have that mindset. He said, you shall not build to our God, we shall do it on our own.
We will build to the Lord God of Israel as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded us.
When is it the black man we're going to decide to build to our God?
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.